So these plants that I got here, this is officially my first garden. This is the stuff that I've grown. I've been at this for a little less than a year, and I've had some success growing things from seed. A lot of the things I have came from Home Depot or other little stores that I have, farmers markets, and it's been a cool experience. Just to start showing you here, my first thing I ever grew was in this pot, and I overwhelmed it. I made the rookie mistake of putting too many things in here. At one point, I had cilantro, Italian parsley, strawberries, tomato, and arugula all in this pot, believe it or not. And it overgrew. The tomatoes were about this high, and it actually produced a lot. I ended up kind of getting fed up with it, cut a lot of the stuff back, and now what you have are a couple straggly strawberries, and Italian parsley's doing okay. Over here, some thyme that I bought at the farmer's market. This is my culantro. If you don't know what culantro is, it tastes a lot like cilantro. It's stronger. I think it's found a lot in the Caribbean. It's also really popular in Asian food. This is a little succulent that I bought. That's an aloe plant. Now this is something I'm really proud of. This is called a mamoncillo in Spanish, in Cuban Spanish. And I make that distinction because for people who don't speak Spanish, one thing could be called 10 different things across different countries. It's like not a uniform language. So this is called mamoncillo in Cuba, limoncillo in the Dominican Republic. In the United States, I can't remember what it's called now. I will put it on the screen when I edit this video together. This is my first pepper plant. As you can see, it's really healthy. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nice peppers on it. Some holes on it. There's a beetle that comes through here and eats. It's a nightmare sometimes. That and slugs. But this one has been surprisingly healthy. The first year, this is about the third time it puts out peppers. First time, it only gave me 1 pepper. Second time, it gave me 3. Now we're at 5. And if you count this little one back here, that's 6. Rosemary bush came from Home Depot. Pretty standard. These onions, which they don't look that great. I gotta like maintain them a little bit better. These came from seeds. These are scallions. There's some seeds that I bought at Home Depot. And by the way, this is not a paid endorsement from Home Depot. It's just what I have nearby, and it's the only place that I was able to get seeds and start here. This is kale. This kale at one point was huge. I'll put a picture on it at this moment. This it's really hot right now, so this kale has been struggling a little bit, and it's been eaten a lot by slugs. You come out here, big fat slugs on it. It's really annoying. You see the holes in it. But this surprisingly did very well in the colder months. And I plan on, oh, look at that. Look at a little Cuban anole, which is a non-native iguana that we have in South Florida. This is basil. This is a type of basil. I forgot which one it was. I think it's Genovese basil. It's not sweet basil. And this, I threw in this pot with the idea of it just kind of growing wild. I have an issue with the basil. If anybody can help me in the comments. I got these black spots. It drives me up a wall. Actually, this is looking fairly good right now. You see in the bottom, it's got seed, so we have little plants coming out. And what's funny is in the kale patch, which obviously needs to be weeded, I have a little basil seed coming up, which is really cool. All right, this is an interesting plant. This is called Homestead tomatoes. This is what they claim, a native variety to South Florida cherry tomato. You see that little tomato right there. They're very sweet. I planted this from seed. I have some more coming up. If you live in a warm climate, this is an excellent option. But I warn you, be careful with it because it will spread. I'll show you my other garden in a moment, and in that garden, I had to take out like 6 of these because they took over the whole plant. Because, as you saw, sometimes I lack self-control when I'm growing these things. And I just decided to grow a bunch of plants when 1 or 2 will suffice. This is a little cucumber, a little mini cucumber that I bought at a farmer's market. So walking over here, I can show you about. No, I didn't grow these things. My grandfather did. Look at them. These are my banana trees. Actually, these aren't plantains. You can see it right. Bush. Got coconuts up there. You can see them to the sun. So walking over here now. This is my second attempt at a raised bed. I have a raised bed towards the back of my backyard. It came out a lot nicer than this. This one to me looks a little ugly with two different types of cinder blocks and the grass going through it. I plan on remaking this. This will be wood or some type of nicer stone. Maybe I'll do the flat blocks like I have over there. But I don't like the flat blocks so much because when you water, the soil tends to, the topsoil tends to come off and erode. So my idea for this garden, and that's why I was planning, if you've seen my other video, why I'm planning so many starters, is to grow this garden and multiply this setup by 4. So I'll probably be going somewhere down to that where that palm tree is. It's August 18th now. I plan to have this up and running sometime in the fall with my starters in, because of the fact that in South Florida our growing season tends to be in the fall and the winter, not so much in the summer because it's very hot. So just to show you what I got a little bit here, here is a cherry tomato variety. I had some hookworms eat this sucker, kind of like this one. This one's making a comeback, but I had a hookworm eat this thing straight to the bark or the stem, and it came back surprisingly. A little fertilizer on it. At the bottom I got watermelon. It was nice down here. There's a couple little plants that I bought. I thought they were gonna die in the first day. They did great. This is Cuban oregano that I have that I bought at a farmer's market. This is more like cilantro. This one's really healthy, looking really nice. It's a little off green. I'm wondering if that's because it's in this intense direct sunlight half the day, or if it needs fertilizer. If anyone can help me with that, please put it in the comments below. Like I said, I am very green at this. I have just started. This is less than my first, I haven't even done this for a year. I started my garden sometime in October or November of last year after we had a Hurricane Irma. Just a little bit of my pepper patch. I have different ones here. Greens, reds, yellows. We got a nice yellow pepper that somebody took a bite out of. I think it's the ants that have been eating it because, as you can see on the side, it has a piece that's missing. As you can see on the side, as you can see there, something took a bite out of it and then the ants got into it. I'm leaving it there kind of just like so anything that wants to eat it can eat it, and maybe we'll see my other peppers. I picked 3 of them already here. So it's green, red, yellow. Over here on the side I have some so that's green, red, yellow, and on the side here I have some banana peppers and jalapenos. This is a red pepper. You see it's changing color right there. I picked some of these already, and here's some more. Got a pretty good yield out of these. These ended up being somewhere like 10 peppers grew. This is the first year of this pepper patch. This also I grew from seed like you saw in my other video. And yeah, this is just kind of what I'm working with here. We got another little tour of my backyard. Here's another banana grove, I guess you would call it, banana bunch. These used to put out tons of bananas. But after the hurricane, something happened. We had a little bit of a drought. We went like 2 or 3 months without really any rain. And that stunted the